OpenAI has created a kind of chat GPT for video is maybe a way to describe it. It's a video generation platform. Many have existed before this, but OpenAI has now entered the fray.
Is it freaky?
Not yet.
Freaky.
I fear that time is ticking. Oh.
This is the Sora homepage.
Well, look, it's like on the left, they say do the Mandalorian, but like with speakers on the ground or whatever.
It's always the same neo future set.
Yeah.
It's always a big road with a hyper realistic background. Gotta say, if I'm one of the people that has invested billions of dollars in this speculative project, I go on the website and the third thing is Wall-E, but he's a hedge and he goes down a driveway to reveal some goblins.
I didn't even realize that Wall-E's eyes were on top of that hedge.
That
there are goblins inside?
I won't be thrilled, I guess.
Dude, this is like, I just think about like this like stop motion style thing. That is a type of art that is so painstakingly difficult.
In the creation of it. That's the magic.
But also just like it feels so cheap and unfair to take something that is such a deep, like it's so much work. Famously.
The craft of stop motion is the output. Like that is the like if they made one that was just a basketball game.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, really exciting basketball game. But the exciting part is that it's people playing it.
Right.
If I just came up with one, I was like, and then he shoots 3-pointer and then it went in and then I was there and I jumped and I dunked. But it didn't happen.
In reality, it's like, okay, well, I know this guy has been struggling, because he had injuries and stuff, and now he's like playing really well, and that's what's exciting. You know what I mean?
Imagine if there was a guy where that happens.
It's invite only right now.
Okay.
So I think that we don't really have access to it.
Okay.
But what
you don't think we'd be invited talking shit about this?
I feel like I could probably get an invite because no one who I know from the tech world listens to this podcast. They have no clue what I think about the developments over the past decade.
Yeah, if we say that you just have a podcast, they're probably really fucking with me.
But like, what the hell? What's so upsetting is that it's like if these were different art styles and different artists, you'd be like, oh wow, what a nice variety. But instead it's like we used $1 billion worth of GPUs to crunch every piece of media that's ever been made. Now we can regurgitate any mix and match of said media.
And be like, what do you think of this? Wouldn't that be good? What do you think of this?
It's like, every anime, boom, easy peasy. Like every K-drama, we got that too, Video game cutscenes were in there.
This is kind of like the platonic ideal of why this stuff is partly just cringe. There's a lot of criticisms you can make on a practical level and the threat it poses to people's creative and financial future. But then also the idea of generating like this content and then having reverence for it is
crazy.
Shameful. If you showed that stuff, particularly, I don't know why the stop motion one's getting to me so much. It's just like, maybe that's the best example of why it's sad. It
is. No, I 100% agree with you.
That's one where like, because you can argue, okay, well, not everyone has the budget to make something and not everyone has the resources to do X and Y. And then you can get into what I consider to be a pretty boring conversation about the logistics of something like this, right? Like it's interesting, but at the same time, like people kind of conflate those two conversations. It's like, well, there's the people's livelihoods are being stolen because of this thing. But that, like, if that wasn't the case, it wouldn't stop me from thinking this is cringe. The thing that bothers me so much about the stop motion one is that actually is, in my opinion, does erode the respect that people have for that.
Yeah.
Because that does mean that it literally is devaluing.
It is like, it is a market replacement, but it is also the same thing that happens with artists with generative images who have had their art like terraformed by the AI. So now people see this artist and they associate it with AI. They have harmed that artist's appeal in the marketplace because now there's so many more impressions of their style through this like slop. And I really do have an issue with the word slop. I think it's overused, but this is like through the slop lens, right?
Well, but the very first one, the astronaut, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean or whatever, right at the top, that is now completely synonymous with the NFT aesthetic.
Yeah.
There was a period in time where renderings like this were just like, it was a thing that a lot of people would show off their Blender skills with or something.
Yeah,
like,
or like a pre-rendered video game trailer.
And now it is unusable. Like
completely
like symmetrical shot of a city with a bunch of stuff on the ground with hyper-realistic lighting and one character in the center is now AI forever.
I just want to bring up Charlie Puth gives a bunch of excellent examples of how art created by humans is imperfect, and that's good. We want that. We want those imperfections because they're just like, it's like vibes based. It's
like there's a human connection that can be made.
Case in point, the iconic stop motion frame rate is because it's so much fucking work that if they made it faster, it would be twice the work.
The human hand in it puts soul into it. It creates choices that aren't quote unquote perfect.
Exactly.
But they're choices for a reason because it's like, we thought it sounded cool or
and
whatever.
Constraint breeds creativity.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this is that, okay.
I mean, I'm becoming fond of the Wall-E one as it goes on.
We're gonna mostly say negative things about AI and its impact on our artists, but I hesitate to say this is a good thing, but it's like now I feel like in order to avoid AI art aesthetics, we are going to get a lot weirder.
Yeah, that's
you know
true,
what I
yeah.
mean. I do feel there will be a market for this type of stuff, unfortunately, but in terms of the art that people connect to, it's going to dodge this stuff. Kind of like Gen Z's like humor is a lot more absurdist and weird and nihilistic than millennial humor, but like when you go back to the core principles, they come from the same thing, just a different. They come from the same like innate like social experiences.
XD random is back, but you don't put like :3 afterwards.
It's like it's rebuilt from first principles in a new environment, and now this is like what happens. And so I think that now the landscape has changed. So you like, just to your point about this like astronaut walking, like that is now, we lost that.
Yeah, that's a casualty of war.
That's a casualty. Like, I'm not saying that's good. I'm just saying it is because there's nothing that I can do to stop this mini trillion dollar market from barreling into all of these creative fields. But I will shit on it. Yes. You know, it's like, and I'll call it out and I will not stop doing that. And I'm not saying it's hopeless. And I do think that we should continue to criticize. And I mean, that's why we're talking about this. We're not saying give up. It's just saying that that we have to fight the path of least resistance for the people in institutions in power is going to be replace people, make more money without asking questions. And we as a society need to create friction and pushback, and it needs to not feel good to use these like shortcuts.
So a friend of mine, funnily enough, he was talking to me recently and gave me an insight I guess I hadn't thought about from a practical point of view, which is maybe the closest case in my mind as to something like this being applicable. He works in marketing on a production side, like manufacturing, that's literally what he was just working on. I can't do that. But manufacturing a demo version of a product, right? It's like this ad it's for Jack in the Box, and the Jack's head's supposed to bounce out on a spring or something. And he's like, okay, let me build a scrappy version of that so that the Jack in the Box.org or whatever can look at that, and the actual man Jack can look at it and
picture it.
His big red eyebrows go up or whatever. He goes like, ooh, good ad. But he was working with someone and he got like a bad prototype essentially on something they need to work on, and the review is pending. The product review is pending, and he was like, well, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to use some very common, relatively traditional and old AI tools to adjust the version of the product that they gave me. He spent a bunch of time, like a ton of time, manually fixing the physical object. And then, like, the varnish of it didn't reflect right. And that is, for the person, for Jack in the Box, to them, they cannot understand why you wouldn't just use AI from base. So what they what the request they get is generate an AI image for us.
Right.
And then the integrity of the producers goes like, well, I don't want to fucking do that from scratch. I want to make something and see the mistakes and adjust for it.
Yeah.
And then at the end go like, yeah, and then we like vignetted with AI. So your nephew's suggestion that we do something with AI was taken into consideration. Here you go, you fucking idiots.
Wait, there was a recent interview with a TV guy,
Mike TV,
who was asked about
Oh my God.
using AI.
I think I saw this where he was like,
It was the writer or like creator of
The Wire.
The Wire.
Oh, that's right. And like,
I'll be Shapiro.
lucky.
I'll be Simon then. Fine, thanks.
I'll be I don't know, Master Chief or something.
Okay. You can be like Neo, Vegeta, Goku.
Yeah, I'll be like a faster version of Neo.
Okay.
Okay, so you've spent your career creating television without AI. And I could imagine today you thinking, boy, I wish I had had that tool to solve those thorny little problems.
What?
Or saying,
You imagine that?
boy, if that had existed, it would have screwed me over.
I don't think AI can remotely change what writers do at a fundamentally creative level.
But if you're trying to transition from scene 5 to scene 6 and you're stuck with that little transition, you could imagine plugging that portion of the script into AI and say, give me 10 ideas of how to transition this.
I'd rather put a gun in my mouth.
It's so funny to see the interviewer be like, I can save this. Like,
It's just like, oh, I mean, you know, like this little, I'll just plug it in over here and I'll drink a little thing. Yeah, it's
I
like
would kill you and myself.
I'd rather do a crime.
I was like, right, but you know, you'd say, oh boy,
Yeah.
what should Stringer Bell do next?
because
Go into generative AI and it's like,
I do
Stringer Bell
think
would
that
fly.
it is such a unfiltered, like, way of communicating how it feels to be a creative, having AI forced down your throat. And I do also believe that we are going to have a market correction with like how over AI, like everything has been AI-ified and
It's a bubble.
And it's like in AI, I'm actually just referring to mostly, you know, Gen AI and how there are limits, like kind of in your artist example. And even in these examples, okay, now make that exact same face in a different angle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, because it's not built to work in the way that it's built to like generate and spit out. It's not built to work in this type of iterative creative process. And even if it was, it is built on rotten foundation of stealing from all existing art.
That's the constantly ignored problem, that it's like none of this is really defensible when that's still a problem.
I've tried to give this analogy before and I keep struggling, but I've got a new one. You've got a hammer that it can fix all problems, but it's imbued in it is the souls of every builder that's ever lived, and
it sucks their soul.
It sucks their soul, their life force, and their ability to build.
But what if
in the way that they've been building?
But I'm gonna make like like a porch.
Okay.
You know? How the fuck am I supposed to make a porch without that one?
Get a regular one. Get a regular hammer.
Let me ask David Chase about it. He's shooting me.
This type of posting is also going to be the first thing the first wall to fall with AI, because you sound like a fucking bot, bro. like a bot could do this every single time. Topic sentence. Mind just got blown. Industry destroyed by new technology.
Broken.
Additional context. Brag.
Sora, and then hold on. Can you go to this person's bio? Again, no disrespect to the
1,000
individual. I
tags.
just want to know what their... yes. Okay, great. It is always an AI accelerationist.
Dude. God, I love leveraging. I love leveraging AI.
Dude,
I love to leverage.
I just see how I could have fallen into this.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, this is your sliding doors moment of like, what would my life have been?
But this shit, dude, seriously, this is the professional version of how much more embarrassing my life would have been if I had Instagram at an age where I would have been posting my most embarrassing shit. Posting like, you know, every time we would put an AIM bio being lyrics from something embarrassing. Imagine that, except it's on your story. It's on your grid. You're posting that to way more people than would like, quickly read your bio or something. Imagine you're on a public Discord server, dude. Kids should not be allowed to go on. They shouldn't be around. We gotta get rid of them, man.
Hold on. Write that quote. Kids shouldn't be allowed to go on.
They shouldn't be allowed to go on.
My heart will go on. Children should not be allowed
They
to.
must be stopped. I'm like a super anti-natalist. We have
Okay,
to get the ones that exist.
Mario, I love Mario. You know where I would love to see him?
In space.
Star Wars.
Mario already went to space.
Went to space quite a bit.
Yeah, he like went to space twice.
He ran on a bunch of planets. The guy's a real talent. Didn't need a ship.
I thought this was Dr. Mario because of the coat, and then I realized he was in the glasses.
Right.
But now I realize he's a Jedi.
He's wearing
Mario.
He's wearing Obi-Wan's iconic goggles.
Nice Luigi wearing his iconic green hat and not some other accoutrement.
Well, that's
Do we know what his hair looks like under there? We do, right?
Yeah, I
We've
think we
seen it.
do,
We've
yeah.
seen it.
Balding.
Mamma mia, that's no moon. It's a battle station big enough to swallow us whole. Then let's make sure it doesn't. Everyone ready? Ready. Locking on the vent. Peach, cover our tail. I got it. Try and
Nintendo's in
keep.
trouble,
Mamma
man.
mia.
Wait, why Darth Vader and not Bowser?
Because
point.
We
Bowser's in the Darth Vader costume. They just like sized it perfectly.
Can I
for
also?
him.
I want to point out maybe my favorite thing in the whole a clip in which I love in general. When it cuts to, I guess Yoshi's supposed to be Chewbacca, but he's just looking at.
He's in love.
Also, don't they all start talking over each other at a certain like can you just play this again?
Then let's make sure it doesn't. Everyone ready? Ready. Locking on the vent. Peach, cover our tail. I got it. Try and keep. Mamma mia.
Try and keep.
Dude, I'm upset.
A limit to the length of clip you can have because they
10
all
seconds.
seem to. It is 10
Avatar, but starring Mario and friends.
Then we meet it.
seconds. Look at Yoshi's the funniest part again.
Huge. We're Mario and Luigi.
Jake
Big is
Sully.
what we do.
Tomorrow, the whole valley will hear our
The beast is
It's like the person that said 100% parody like doesn't know what that word means. Titanic, but starring Mario.
And by the way, this is why Hollywood needs to watch out.
Why is he so tall? I'm glad we both thought about that. This is like uncanny valley Mario.
He's all leg tall too.
Yeah.
His torso
He's like you. Okay.
Wait, you have a mustache?
no, but it's not me.
Wait a
it's
second.
different guy.
That was Mario, but he's the dad from Boss Baby / Eddie Burback. By the way, Jacob, how very vulnerable of you.
Yeah.
That's the type of vulnerability we do here on this
Hey,
podcast.
I'm no perfect person. I did get fooled by an AI video.
I mean,
I'm sure I have, and I just didn't know.
He blasts its head off. The lady's head just explodes, and Jacob's like, "Oh no!"
I'm scared already.
Lord have mercy.
He's failing. Get her up, get her up. She's laughing.
it's getting safer to just assume that everything you see is fake, unless it's verified.
It's such an unfun way to interact with the world. To just have to stifle any laughs because they might be inappropriate laugh. Like, well, oh, I failed at being online.
Yeah.
I failed at entertainment. Damn.
Well, it's like you let your guard down, especially when you're like scrolling endless. Dude, the most embarrassing thing I do every single day is close Twitter and open up Twitter again.
Yeah, I do that with Instagram all the time. It's so horrible.
embarrassing.
I wish that's what I was doing. I'm closing Balatro and reopening. And it's not even on my homepage. I have to find a search
But dude,
for
the
it.
thing that I feel good about is I played some Magic the Gathering yesterday, and then I closed it, and then I watched some Magic the Gathering.
Hell yeah, bro.
And that felt enriching for my brain.
Genre switch.
Because I do a thing where I'm like watching someone play, and then I pause, and then I try to guess what play they're gonna do. Because they're usually better than me, so I'm trying to like improve my.
You're a snow day Jeopardy watching?
Oh yeah.
Do we want to end on a heartwarming thing, and that way we can get the AI taste out of our mouth?
But maybe this is AI.
Okay, now I'm scared.
Now I'm scared.
Well, this is
my
where we
God.
grow 'em. This is in the Midlands in England.
Oh my gosh, she's putting so much work in.
It's very dense boy.
Another one.
Be free.
Oh, shaking
Dude,
himself off.
he's all
Shaking
dusty.
So
himself
cute.
off.
Dude, be careful.
Yeah, watch out, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's
Oh, he longs for the mine.
that was deliberate, right? This dog loves the hole.
He wants to be in the hole.
They really don't have the hardware for being in a hole. Maybe he's having fun. He looks kind of well. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what they
Oh
said.
my god. He's so dense. Brother, please. What if he came out the other one?
Who is putting these holes everywhere?
I mean, somebody that's, I guess, hunting bulldogs.
They need a third person who's not filming to immediately wrangle him.
How did they not have a leash anywhere nearby for this dog?
Maybe they just found
Oh
it.
my God.
Maybe he grew out of the hole. But imagine the shame.
I don't think there's any AI in that.
No, I don't. And
Also, all of the
Famous last
audio feels
very-
so human.
Yeah.
I used all my might getting him out
I
the
used
first
all my
time.
mic getting him out. I got the whole thing on video.
So
He
cute.
must like being in the hole.
Yeah, that's right. It's not screenplay enough. Everything that's scripted by AI reads like a Joss Whedon script. Just like, so we're really falling in the hole again.
Well, that's the thing. I want to see more of the. Well, we're gonna see it on Nights, I guess.